What's up everyone, John Renger from Techno Buffalo here to review for you of one of the most unique looking phones of the year. This is the Galaxy Note Edge. Go ahead and take a look at it and see if it's more form over function, if that translates into a really good package. So as I do with all my reviews, let me give a disclaimer. I used this for 5 straight days and then about 3 days on or off in Southern California on T-Mobile services sent to us from the folks at Samsung to review. So usually with uniquely designed phones, there's a compromise, and usually it's a big one to be made. The Edge essentially is a Note 4. Yeah, it's 0.1 inches smaller in the screen size with 5.6 display, and the battery is a little bit smaller too at 3,000 milliamps versus 3,220, but other than that, this is a Note 4 through and through. It's the same gorgeous QHD display, the same 3 gigs of RAM, the same ridiculously fast quad-core processor, same 60 megapixel camera, same S Pen, same everything. It's just a Note 4 with a couple cool new things added to it. So let me just touch on performance a little bit here, and if you want to see more about the device and get into more granularity about how the phone performs and quadrant tests and that kind of stuff, check out our Galaxy Note 4 review. We'll put the link to that right down below. But I'm going to sort of give you the highlights from that video. First, the screen is absolutely gorgeous. I think Samsung has long had some of the best screens out there, and this I think is the pinnacle of their screenness. The blacks are really black, the colors are bright and vibrant, text looks absolutely gorgeous. I don't think it's a stretch to say that this is probably the best phone screen out on the market. I still don't see a huge difference between QHD and a really good 1080p display, but this is still a really, really good screen out there. So I wasn't sure what to make of the Edge, in all honesty. It looked really cool. It was definitely a conversation starter. Not many phones people look at it and are like, what the heck is that? In all candor though, I wasn't sure what to make of that curved screen. In all honesty, I'm still not sure what to make of it. It's definitely neat, it's unique, but let me explain a little bit about what it does and what it can do. So it kind of serves 2 different purposes. First, it's like an entirely separate screen. You can read information, interact with the device on it. The screen can act as a shortcut bar, giving you sports scores or stock quotes. It got that really cool alarm function as well. It can just give you more real estate to interact with your device, like the camera. Go to open up the camera controls, no longer they're on screen, they're on the side screen. Right now though, there are only a handful of screen configurations available, but Samsung's hoping devs are gonna be like, hey, that's cool, let's get on board. So they provided an open API, so hopefully more will come. This cool factor though does come at a price, and not just talking about the $100 or so premium versus the Note 4. So it moves the power button up to the top, because obviously it can't be on the right hand side. It makes the device a little bit hard to hold. Left hand side, same square design we've seen before. A little bit of an angle here on the right, so a little bit difficult to sort of pick up. If you want to pick it up from that right side, you got to kind of scoop it up, and a bit awkward just to hold in one hand here. Build quality though is really, really good. Samsung has upped their build quality tremendously. If you held the sort of old misconceptions about Samsung's all sort of plastic and bad build, those are gone now. This is a well-built phone, much like the Galaxy Note 4. It's got the same sort of faux leather back, but it's not the same that we saw on the Note 3. It's got more of a soft touch, more premium feel to it. The phone just feels really nice. Battery life is not as stellar on the Note 4, but I can get through a full day with about 15% left. Again, it's about 220 milliamp hours smaller. My day usually comes off the charger around 7:30. I'm connected to Wi-Fi at home or at work almost all time. Hour and a half, 2 hours of phone call. I've got YouTube videos going, playing some games. Since it was T-Mobile, I had Wi-Fi calling on board here. A lot of camera testing, and I was definitely using that side screen quite a bit. So you can get through a full day, but you're definitely going to hit a bit of a premium versus what you've got with that Galaxy Note 4. So bear that in mind. Battery life is not going to be absolutely outstanding, the best you've ever seen, but again, if you charge every night, you probably don't have to worry too much about it. This is a really interesting device for a lot of reasons. I think in order for us to get to where we're going eventually with foldable displays and curved screens, devices like the Galaxy Note Edge need to exist. I know it feels more like a production proof of concept, but I give Samsung a ton of credit for bringing this to market. A lot of products like this never see the light of day to consumers. Usually they're shown behind closed doors at trade shows or meetings. So I really give Samsung just a huge, huge, huge amount of credit for bringing this device to market. So here's what this boils down to. If you're willing to pay the premium for the curved screen, try it. Get it. If you're banking on developers taking advantage of that curved display, you're going to get a lot of potentially new functionality out of it. If you want to have something that's neat, that looks different than any other phone, you're really going to appreciate this. Again, even that novelty factor wears off. Let me reiterate, you are still getting a well-spec'd device. There are no compromises here, and I think Samsung deserves credit for that. If you decide to get the Galaxy Note Edge, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy. We are people just like you who love technology. If you want to keep up on the latest in the world of consumer electronics, hit the big subscription button right down below. If you want to see us play games, although admittedly sometimes very poorly, check out our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/technobuffalo.